It's Tuesday, August 25th, 2020, and we sold $630 worth on eBay and Poshmark today. Let us show you what sold, what we paid for it, and how we're going to pack some of this big stuff. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video from your favorite duo, the Hustlin' Hooks. My name is Adine, this is my beautiful wife Melinda, and this is just going to be a quick video of what sold today, August 25th, 2020.
That's right, and if you're new here, we are part-time sellers on eBay and Poshmark. And if you don't already, go follow us on Instagram. That's where we give our most up-to-date information and bolos and daily insights into the life of reselling.
For sure, and please don't be afraid to DM us. We're going to get back to you relatively quickly. And if you're one of those types that say, well, I'm sorry to bother you, if it was a bother for us to answer any questions, we would just ignore it. So please don't ever feel bothered to ask. We're here to help. So almost 1 year into the journey, we've sold a little bit over $70,000 worth. We've paid off our house with the help of eBay. We built a giant shed that's sponsored by eBay. We did a lot of things. So today, just a quick what sold. We didn't do as many sales as yesterday. Yesterday we had 12, but today we sold over $630 worth. So let's get right into what sold, where we found it, what we paid for it, and we'll give you a little bit of packaging tips, especially on some of this big stuff. First, more parts. So yesterday, if you watched that video, we sold a couple of pieces or a couple of parts to different machines. These are mixers off of a Mixmaster. It's a giant blender, grinder, mixer combo unit. We were missing the bowls, so we decided to part it out. These two sold for $15 free shipping. It'll cost about $4 to ship them. We paid $6 for the whole unit and have about $150 in inventory listed for them. So pretty quick, easy. Took about 10 days to sell.
Okay, our first sale of the day were these Reebok ZigTech shoes. Got them at the thrift for $5. Really great condition, no wear, barely worn. And I took a best offer on Posh for these. We went back and forth, and I took an offer of $22. I do think I could have gotten more for these, but it was closing in on noon. We hadn't made a sale, and I just thought I wanted to get the sales god's attention and kick things off. So I did take a lower offer than I normally would. But we'll still make about $13 net after that, because on Posh, they pay shipping when they send you the offer. So still not bad.
This sold really fast. These two guitars, these are for the PlayStation 2, fully tested. So that's one thing you want to make sure with these electronics. You really want to do the best you can to test them, because you don't want to sell things that you're just not sure of. So fully tested, working. If you watched it on Instagram, it took less than one song on Guitar Hero to test 4 guitars. So fully tested with some of the stickers on them, with the actual game. The game is only worth about $7. Together, this bundle sold for $100. So a pretty good sale. You probably have about $12 or $13 total into them from accumulations from different places. We have a lot of guitars.
Next one was also an offer on Posh. Came in later in the day, and this is a pair of men's BKE jeans. This is one of the last of a big lot that we picked up. We're already well into the profit on them. We had started them off selling at $50, and then just as time went on, we lowered about $5. So sold some other ones for $45, and on Posh, I took an offer of $35 on these, and they pay shipping again. So they have this distressed look to them. It's just the style of the jeans, really, and we've done very well with BKE, men's or women's. So if you see that in the thrift, it's worth checking out.
This book sold. This is From Paradise Lost to Paradise Regained. This came in a giant book lot that I picked up from a private estate sale. We've sold several of them. We have about $1 into them. This one sold for $23 free ship. It'll go media mail for $2.80. A little bit of bubble wrap, poly mailer out the door.
Yeah, nice thing about books is they can go media mail, no doubt.
Yep.
So that's always gives you a little bit more room on your profit.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a first edition one. Some books are worth a lot of money, these old ones. Most of them are not. In that big bulk buy, I think there were about 400 books, and I think we've narrowed it down to about 40 of them to sell, and the rest we just garage saled and gave to the thrift stores for donation.
Hand me this big one.
Sure.
Okay, so
I can even hold it for you.
Sure. Okay, well, the last clothing of the day is this Columbia. This is one of those, it's not the 3-in-1s, it's just the shell type. So still really good coats. These are great for winter. And it's end of August, so people are now starting to look at their fall and winter stuff, gearing up for that. We got this a while back. We had a bunch of Columbia jackets, and this is the last one. So not quite a year that we had it, but definitely took the longest to sell.
Sure, and we actually got this from our first eBay store buyout, and so we basically have about $1 into it.
Yeah, and it sold for...
It's a beautiful singing voice.
$35.
$35 free ship. We're gonna stuff this in a padded envelope. Again, $7.52 to ship. So $1 into a $35 sale. Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Hey, what else is left?
The
Oh,
last one, and this is, you might be wondering, how did they sell $600 worth of stuff today with those? This is why.
this is why. This is a 300 CD holder jukebox from Sony with the remote and the audio wires.
This thing is bulky.
It's bulky. It's also really cool. I'll turn it on and show you after we do this section of the video. It actually has like cool LED lights in it. It's pretty awesome. I found
disco.
this. Yeah, it's sweet. It's so smooth. It's mint condition with the remote, with the instruction manual. It's going international, so which is awesome because that just means we have to get it to Kentucky. That's going to cost about $20 to ship because it's going to be a bulky box.
And we're going to pad it really well.
Lots of padding,
So
for
obviously
sure.
they paid $400 for this machine, and just because they sell it international doesn't mean, oh, we just have to make sure it gets to Kentucky. We do want to make sure it gets to them the whole way.
For sure.
We're going to put a lot of care into packing it.
Yeah, anytime you're selling something international, just think it's going to travel a long while, and it's going to go through, through checkpoints, through security, through x-rays, through airports, through airplanes, to potentially boats. It's going to go, it's going to be handled. So you definitely want to do it justice. Pick this up at a thrift store that I've never been to, just randomly. I was actually picking up free boxes, and when I'm in an area that I'm not familiar with, I take the old cell phone out and I just open up my maps, type in thrift stores. It was 4 minutes away. I got this unit for $35 and it sold for $400. After fees and shipping and all that good stuff, it'll be about $200 to $250 net profit. So yeah,
That's pretty good.
pretty good. And it sold within 3 days of listing it. Actually, I'm sorry, within a day and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Day and a half. Yeah. So nice. Get it out of here. Nice and bulky. And of course, great profit margin. So we're going to package this stuff up. I'll show you how we're going to pack some of this big stuff. We'll get the small stuff done pretty quickly. And then after that's done, we'll go through the numbers and we'll see what does $630 actually mean as far as profit, because that's the most important, of course, of all the categories. All right, so shipping, these are those beaters. All I'm doing is taking recycled bubble wrap. All I'm going to do is just bubble wrap them and put them into a poly bag. This is the Columbia jacket. A quick tip that Melissa just did, she scored a little hole at the bottom before she stuffed it. That way the air can escape. You can see it's relatively full, but it doesn't matter how thick this is. As long as it fits, it ships for $7.52. And this is that book. Just a little bit of bubble wrap around it into a poly mailer. So these are pretty easy things to ship. All right, so we're shipping these 2 guitars that sold. We bubble wrap each one relatively thick, especially the main part. And we also bubble wrap the straps, even though they don't need it, but I wanted to keep them together with the actual gang. I found 2 of these boxes free a few days ago because I know we're gonna ship oblong items. And these guitars actually fit in relatively perfect. So I'm gonna stack them on top of each other, put this in here, put padding around so there's so it survives the shake test, and I'm gonna trim the box because I don't need to pay for this extra spot or space that just needs to be filled with void. So instead of filling it, I'm just gonna trim and seal it up and it'll be done. So getting ready to pack this Sony Mega Storage 300 CD And I'll just kind of show you how neat this thing is. Check out those LEDs or those lights in the back. And when you open this thing up, the light changes. And then when you load it up with CDs, this carousel you can actually control with this knob here. Yeah, so pretty cool unit. Probably even better if the lights are off. Yeah, pretty sweet. So first step is going to be bubble wrap. Lots of bubble wrap on this thing. When you're selling these larger electronics, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again, as this thing is searching for a disc, no disc inside. Bubble wrap, lots of bubble wrap, and then after that's done, we'll find a box for it and show you the outer padding for it. So here's the final product. This has been bubble wrapped several times over. Enough where if it's dropped, it shouldn't damage the unit. And I found a box big enough. So now it's just gonna be time to trim the box because I only need about half of it. The width and length is great. The height is too much, so I'm gonna just trim it, get it in there, get some padding in, and it'll be done. Okay, the bottom has styrofoam. The top, I don't have enough styrofoam foam, so egg carton, styrofoam pieces, and this is the cardboard from a roll of craft paper. Enough paper around it. Now I'm just going to trim my box with this trimmer tool, cut it down, tape it shut, and we're done. All right, so we finished packing. Everything besides the Sony and the guitars was relatively straightforward. Bubble wrap, put it in a bag, get it out, stuff it into a bag, put a label on it, and it's all done. So those are pretty easy. The Sony took a little while, probably took about 25 minutes. Lots of bubble wrap, lots of padding. We use a lot of recycled material for padding, recycled styrofoam, recycled egg carton, recycled cardboard. All those things are fine. The end buyer doesn't really care what that material looks like. As long as it gets there safe, they're gonna recycle it when they get to it. So you might as well recycle instead of, you know, continuously buying more and more brand new material to use just to ship. So anyways, the numbers, 630 sold. We had 7 sales, 2 Posh, 5 eBay. $68 cost of goods. The most expensive thing was the $35 Sony. Obviously, that's the most expensive item that sold for $400. Then we had shipping of $46. The most expensive thing to ship was the guitars, actually, $16.52. The Sony only cost $15.76 to ship. Both of those items are shipping FedEx ground. The fees total at 14% on average, $88, which left us with $428 of net income. So $630 sold, $428. That's the profit that we're going to be taxed on for today. A pretty good day for us. If you've enjoyed this video, we appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow us at Hustlin' Hooks over on Instagram, daily updates, what's going on, what we're reselling, finding, flipping. You can learn so much, and so many people have already told us that they've learned plenty that really has resulted in money in their pockets, which this is all about. You can do this as well. Don't compare. This took about a year to build up to the level we're at now, where we're continuously selling about 6-7 items a day. And for August, we're averaging $250 in profit daily. You guys have a great day.